Hello, friends and beautiful people. So I'm out in the shop again, and I want to talk to you a little bit about gardening. But first, I want to take you over here and show you something because I'm going to pause it so that it doesn't interrupt us. A few of you have asked about my side hustle, which is long arming, and you didn't know what that was. So what I have, let me show you here. This is a long arm quilting machine. Now this particular one is computerized. I have two. I have one where I hold those handlebars and drive it, and then I have this one that just kind of does its own thing. So what it does is it takes the components of a quilt, which is the back, the batting, which is the fluffy stuff in the middle, and the top. This is basted down, and it actually puts a pattern on them and sews them together. And I will show you. Here's the back of what this quilting is going to look like. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's what it's going to look like when it's quilted. And she chose a design from our catalog that mimicked the design in one of her fabrics. Here's what it looks like on the computer screen. So red is already quilted. Black is the row that it's doing, and it's showing you where it's at. And then the blue is not quilted yet. So there, now your day's complete. You know one more thing about quilting than you did before. All right, back to the gardening part. So, first of all, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And my hope for you is that you take this time to spend with your family, enjoy yourselves. Remember what it's about for us. It's about the birth of Christ. I know that's not everyone's thing, but that's my thing. And one of the things I have been praying about is being more emboldened to tell you about it. So if you want to know more, feel free to reach out, and I'm happy to talk to you about Jesus. But I want you to breathe. I don't want you to focus on presents and cleaning your house. You know what? The dust bunnies are going to be there. All those things are going to stop you from enjoying time with your family. Now, right after Christmas comes what mental psychologists and people who have oh, never mind. We won't discuss my opinions there. So it's called the winter blues. And what happens is after the holidays and after like January 1st, it's cold out. A lot of people are stuck indoors, and they really don't, somewhat of a depression. It's not a true depression, but it's the blues. You know, you just don't want to do anything. The bills start coming in for Christmas, and it puts people in what's called the winter blues. So we're going to talk about what you can do while you're having the winter blues. Now, one of the other things that started happening is the seed catalogs started coming in. So we've got Baker Creek, High Mowing, Bedco, and Seed Savers. Pretty much a lot of the other ones I either just throw them away right when I get them, or these are the ones that interest me. I'll get one or two others that I'll be interested in, but I always check the company, see if it's someone who's doing, GMO seeds, or how they're related to Monsanto Bear. We'll leave that alone. So I save a lot of my seeds. And this time of year is when you should be thinking about planting your garden. One of the things that a lot of people on YouTube do is they do a January challenge, and where they only use foods from their pantry during the month of January, just to see how they're doing, if they have enough things on hand. And I would say that's a great starting point, because then you're going to see what foods you're eating. You're going to see what foods you're missing. Like I could really go to the grocery store and get ice cream or whatever it is for you. And you can find holes. You can find all those holes. So what, and we will probably do that this year. We've got some stuff that I want to use up, and I want to get us, frankly, we need to save a little bit of money with everything going on with the house and all of that. So we will probably be participating in that with you. So then I plan out. And what I'd ask you to do is just to keep a notebook. Just keep it in your kitchen. And as you see things that you enjoy, that you've had to buy from the store, whether it's hot sauce or whether it's green beans, those things that you see that you have not preserved for yourself, or you would like to try to preserve for yourself, just keep a little list on a notebook during the month of January. Personally, we set a goal. Whether your goal is 50% sustainable, 75% sustainable, 100% sustainable, which good luck to you, because there's things that, like coffee, that makes it so that I'll never be 100% sustainable. I'm just going to put it out there. So keep that list. And then, if say it's 75, just write the number 75 at the top, circle it. And then as you are opening things and using things during the month of January, keep that list. And then plan. So I always, because I save seeds, I allow myself to try new things. The money that I'm saving from the standard things that we use, peppers, tomatoes, the green beans, all those things that I'm saving the seeds for, pinto beans, that's that much money that I can use to try something new. So I'm going to try garbanzo beans one more time, and I'll need to order seeds for that because I did them twice, once in the garden and then once in the high tunnel. A little bit more success in the high tunnel, but high tunnel's not where you want to grow garbanzo beans. Something I've learned this year. Every year you should be learning, by the way. So, and potatoes. I'm going to, Fedco is where I get my tubers, any of my fall tubers, and my potatoes, sweet potato slips. Sweet potatoes for us this year were an epic fail. So I will get online with Fedco, and I will order my potatoes and my sweet potatoes. Now, for the following year, I will have saved some of my smaller potatoes, let them get the eyes on them, and then just use those. That's just kind of how I roll. But we ended up between freezing French fries, dehydrating, hash browns, and sliced potatoes, we ended up, I'm going to say, with 100% of our potatoes for this year, just regular potatoes, not sweet potatoes. So, pretty tickled with that. I'm gonna, and so another thing I need to preface this with is I'm also considering the move. Our house comes off the market this week. We'll probably lose the Amish farm because we're in contingent on selling our house. And that contract expires this week. They both expire on the 15th. So our house comes down. We're not moving in the snow. Just not happening. Then if that house is still for sale, when we put ours back up for sale, we'll go ahead and put another offering. Or if for some reason we change our minds that we're not going to sell, then it is what it is. But my plan, I don't like being in limbo. So my plan is just to plan that this is what I'm doing no matter where we are. And Hubs is on board. We had a long talk Thursday. Just sat down and kind of talked about what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right, and what we want to change, what we need to change, and then offered each other constructive criticism on how we can help them. And that's a difficult conversation to have sometimes. I didn't do it. I have been quiet. I let him be him, and I encourage him to let me be me. And what he gets done, he gets done. What he doesn't get done, he doesn't get done. And I don't judge. I don't criticize. I don't complain. If he asks me if there's something that I want him to do, I will definitely give those options to him. but he has got everyone pulling on him. He's got the kids calling him to help with home improvement projects. This year it was a remodel on one of my mama's houses so that our friends could move in to her house. And then the year before that, it was our kitchen remodel. So every year he's had something pulling him away from what he wants to be doing. And I don't want to be that obstacle. I want to be his helpmate. So I took some vacation days and blew him away. I told him, I said, let's go clean the chicken barn. And then let's take care of putting chickens in freezer camp that we need to take care of, so that he didn't have to do those things by himself, because it was something that, it wasn't that he was procrastinating or putting off doing, it was that he wasn't making time to do, because he was, we have a couple of time suckers in our life, which we're grateful for. My mama and Macedonian neighbor are what we call time suckers, and we are here to help them. So if they call, we know it's a day. They may say 5 minutes, they may say 15 minutes, they may say a real quick job, but we know it's a day. For example, last Sunday after church, we went out to help my mom put up her Christmas tree. That transitioned into us meeting her at the store so that we could get the Christmas tree, to put it in the truck, to take it to her house. Then she forgot the lights. So then while we were taking care of other things and trying to get her TV set up, because she also bought an entertainment center, we're taking care of all of that. She goes to get the lights. Well, while she's out getting the lights, she stops to collect rent from a couple of her renters. It just, we were out there for hours and we did not get the tree put up. We got everything laid out and we pulled all of her totes out for her, and that was that. It's just, that was that. And it's not that they do it deliberately, but we, you know, our ministry is to feed hungry people. Sometimes that's not always food. Sometimes it's companionship. And with Macedonian neighbor and mama, they get lonely. They are, she's a widow, he's alone, and they just need companionship. So anyway, our plan, as we were planning and talking through all of this, is to just make the plan. And then we implement the plan here or there, wherever that may be. So I've watched a few videos with some gorgeous flower gardens, and I do want to incorporate more flowers. I personally, I wanted to do this year, but again, I didn't want to ask Hubs. I want to take those spots that are difficult to mow and till them up and throw in some kind of perennial flowers, so that it takes off of his mowing time, my mowing time, whoever happens to be out there on the mower, and makes it easier for us and more beautiful. And it also feeds the pollinators, so that helps our garden and just to make things beautiful. So I strongly encourage you to discourage those winter blues, to start making your plan. The best time to make that plan is January. Make a, you know, how much space do you have? Draw it out on a piece of paper. What would you like to see? When you are pinning all those pictures from Pinterest, what are those things that just get your heart palpitating? What are those things that you would just love to have? You know, for me, it's a pergola. I'm not going to bring that up anytime soon, but I would love to turn our outside space into something that could be used when it's raining. That's all. With a pergola with the right kind of vines on it, I'm there. I don't mind a little bit of rain. I just don't want to sit in a downpour. So take the time, avoid the winter blues, do something that brings you joy, and help your family. Feed your family. Maybe you plant an extra row for the Plant a Row campaign and you donate that food to a food bank. Or maybe you have a neighbor that's older and shut in, and you know that they love cherry tomatoes. So plant one. All it takes is one tomato plant to take care of that one neighbor. Until next time, friends, be blessed and be a blessing.